Today on GardenFork, a really simple way to make chicken soup. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to GardenFork. Today I want to show you how to make a really simple chicken soup using your slow cooker here. All right? What we're going to start with here is half a rotisserie chicken. We had this left over from the other night, and I was like, oh, let's make chicken soup. Boom, done, right? A lot of times the grocery stores and delis will discount their rotisserie chickens at the end of the day. You could just ask at the counter, when do you ever knock down the price on these? Because if they have some left over, they can't keep them overnight. So you could get one really inexpensively, and then you'd have like giant chicken soup or a dinner. But this is left over from the other night. You want to break it apart. Just use your hands. You could use a knife if you want, but rotisserie chickens usually fall apart really easily. Just break it into its major components. Leave the skin on, leave the bone in there. That'll all add flavor. And also there's already some sort of usually spices rubbed onto the chicken, and that will just help our chicken soup. So I went through the fridge and I saw what I had laying around as far as what they call aromatics. Aromatics are things like onions, garlic, chives, and what we have here, we have some celery, parsley, and carrots. These are all kind of empty out the fridge. It's kind of like a chicken fridge soup, I guess you'd call it. I didn't have any onions but I did have celery, and I did have parsley, and I did have carrots. Key thing here is that, celery has the little leafy things to the end. Those are great for soup. And if your parsley is looking a little pale, well, not pale is the right word, a little wilted, that's okay. It's going in the soup. It doesn't have to look beautiful. Parsley is super healthy for you, by the way. So, and you can even chop up the stems. Parsley stems have flavor as well. Chop them pretty fine. They're going to break down in the soup anyway. But this is about like a generous cup of each one of these. I'm going to put this in the slow cooker, put this with the chicken, boom, done, we're out. The camera operator is not here today, but I have my trusty assistants, Charlie and Henry. What are you waiting for? So, sorry. However much you want your chicken chopped up is up to you. I know it's going to fall apart in here, so I just drop it in just like that wholesale. How much you want your vegetables chopped up, eye of the beholder. I don't know, that's not a fine dice, but I like kind of chunky soup. So this goes in. I love the smell of the celery. I love chopped up celery smell. Just as like soup coming on. So I take most of my vegetable scraps and I put them in our compost pile. We have some really great compost videos. The links are in the show notes below. But for my carrot tops, I have something very special called my bio composter. She's got 4 legs and a tail, and she's yellow. Her name is Charlie Pup. Doesn't that look great? All right, now I just take water and I fill it till it's just covering everything. All right, nice, huh? So I'm just gonna put this on the counter. I'm gonna put it on, I'm here today, so I'm gonna put this on high and it'll let go for about 2 hours. It'll take like half hour, 45 minutes to start bubbling. And you could just check it if it does it taste like chicken soup? It's done. This may seem a little counterintuitive, but you can actually preheat a slow cooker if you want. Before you start cooking, just crank it on to high. It can be empty, it's okay. Just put it in its little holder, turn it up, and you've kind of preheated it. You could also use hot water to get a little head start on your slow cooker process, which I know sounds counterintuitive, because sometimes you just want it to cook all day when you're at work. So. All right, here we go. That was bubbling away for a couple hours on high. Charlie Pup is cleaning her bowl. Charlie, please. Camera's rolling. So now it's dinner time. You want to pull out the big pieces of meat, take all the skin off of it, ladle this in. I don't like to cook the noodles with the soup. I always cook my noodles separately, and that way people can put in how many noodles they want, and also the noodles don't get gloppy. I don't like gloppy noodles, overcooked. I like to undercook them because the soup will kind of finish them off, and that's how I think noodles should be done. Anyway, you could use egg noodles, you could use rice noodles, you could use regular pasta noodles. use what you got. That's what we're doing here. It smells great. I mean, it smells like that kind of chicken soup, celery kind of thing. However much pasta you want in there. You could amp up the flavor a little bit, because this is just half a chicken with some canned chicken broth or some vegetable broth, not canned, boxed. And letting it sit overnight in the refrigerator will help the flavor as well. Things are always better leftover-wise, don't you think? I tilt this more, but it's going to fall out. But suffice to say, all right, needs a little salt, but I purposely didn't season it until afterward because rotisserie chickens tend to be heavily seasoned when you get them from the store. But this is nice. I love celery and I love carrot in soup. You know, use what you got in the fridge, take some pasta, pre-cook the pasta, put it in here separately. Take your half a chicken you got left over, or turkey, works just as well. So if you like this, the full recipe link is right below here in the show notes. Also, if you like what we're doing here, you could hit the subscribe button. We put out videos like this every week. It's free to subscribe. There's a link up here or down there. And also we have an email newsletter that we put out each week too, with more fun stuff. You can sign up below or at the end of the show. All right, so I'd like to hear from you. What do you guys think? What are your chicken soup suggestions? Please leave them in the comments below. And always, it's good to hear from you guys, so tell me what you're up to. All right, make it a great day. See ya.